Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the show today. On today's show, we are joined by Marc Reibman of USB Payment Processing, which is located in Towson, Maryland. For today's show, we're going to start with Marc, which is unusual. Usually we start with MSATP items, but we're going to start with Marc this morning, and then we're going to be joined by our president, Ellen Silverstein.
And good morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
How are you?
Okay. Well, good morning, Marc, and
Good
thank
morning,
you for
Sandy.
taking the time to
Morning.
join us this morning.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yes. So your company, USB Payment Processing, has been a corporate sponsor with MSATP for over 3 years. I understand you've been in business for over 24.
We're going into our 24th year right now.
Wow, that's great. It's quite an accomplishment. I mean, we're at 60. We're, you know.
We're
You
trying
got a
to,
ways
we're,
to
try-
go
we're
yet,
trying to
right?
catch
Yeah,
you, but
can you pick
you
up
guys
the
need
pace?
to slow down a little bit.
Now, tell us, what kind of types of services USB actually do?
We are a credit card processing company that basically sets up all types of businesses to be able to accept all types of payment, whether it be credit and debit cards, whether it be ACHing from checking and savings accounts. We deal with everybody. So any type of payment that you want to process, we can actually do.
Wonderful. Now, many of our members could be accepting credit cards currently. Why should they consider changing to USB? What's the thought?
Well, there's a lot of different people out there that do what we do. Your local banks, people like us. We've been around for 23 years. We know the industry. We've got so much history behind us. With most of our representatives have been with us for 15, 16, 18 years.
Mhm.
We don't have salesmen or bank representatives that have been with us for a week or a month that are trying to go out and sell people that don't know what they're doing. Most of our competitors out there, they'll go out and get a job over the internet. You do a 1-hour training, and then you're going and meeting with somebody. You meet with that person. You have no idea what you're talking about, but you sell them because
Right.
they believe everything you say. You're saving them thousands of dollars. What ends up happening is the person that's been in the industry for a month really doesn't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
When the customer finally gets their bill and realizes, oh my God, this is not right, it's too late. They're in a contract. They're stuck.
Mhm.
And
Right.
that person who sold them is usually gone and moved on to their next job.
Gotcha.
Because we have so much history and because we have so much because we have the ability to do what we do, we can actually do it the right way. We don't have to go out and tell people things that it isn't correct. We know what we're talking about. We can provide the costs that are correct as opposed to just telling people what they want to hear.
Right.
So when they get their bill, it actually matches up to what we say. The savings usually there, or they've come to us for other reasons because they wanted a different product or service that they couldn't get somewhere else.
Awesome. Great. Well, it does sound like you have a full menu there. And also, I guess, also, again, like you said, you are very established and, you're not going to come and go within a month, which is great.
So let me interject.
Yeah.
Do you get like a machine that I could run the credit card through if I actually have it in hand?
We have many, many options. Okay,
Mhm.
From there, you have your regular retail businesses that have the credit card machines, that really the old-fashioned way of doing it, so to
Mhm.
speak. Now you're getting into all the more
remote.
well, there's remote, and there's also a lot more POS systems that are
Uh-huh.
very similar to the credit card machines, but they're designed from a POS version. They're running applications. They're doing other things, time and attendance, and
Mhm.
they can do your inventory management in the background.
Oh, wow.
So there's lots of other options you have. As far as remote, when you're at a show, we have remote terminals, so you can do it the old-fashioned way with a
Mhm.
wireless terminal. You can also do it on your phone or an iPad, and nowadays you can do it you can actually take chip cards on your phone and your iPad,
Oh, wow.
where before you couldn't.
Right.
And that's really the way to make sure you're compliant that you're taking it. So there's
Mhm.
lots of different options out there. It just depends on the type of business, whether you're retail, whether you're a restaurant, whether you're a business just taking cards over the internet, whether you're a business that you have people come in but you don't have, and you also have people calling in. We can do any different direction.
So I tend to use people that I'm a service-based industry, right? So people just will either call in with a credit card or a lot of times I'm shifting them to a different provider to actually process.
And
then, I've said what fees are involved and I want to be able to like punch it through I use QuickBooks. So does that integrate?
Sure.
Does your
Well,
system
and there's
integrate?
different versions of QuickBooks
Mhm.
that, depending on which software version you have, will depend on who you can integrate with.
Right.
Again, how you're set up, whether you're set up the correct way or the incorrect way,
Mhm.
will depend on how your fees vary.
Mhm.
With us, we know what we're doing, whether you're swiping, whether you're keying it in, however you're getting transaction, we're going to set it up the correct way, and you're going to get the lowest cost savings that we can drive your cost down as low as we can.
Mhm.
With our competitors, they don't really care. They're just looking, oh, you take cards over the internet, we'll set you up that way. And then what happens is when people come in and you're actually swiping those transactions or chipping those transactions,
Mhm.
you're not getting the best cost savings.
I see.
Now, to piggyback, so do you offer the processing? Is there any limitations, or do you take everything from Discover to American Express to Diner? Is there Diners still?
I think
Diners
there
Club
is,
still?
yeah.
I'm aging myself as we
You're
speak.
really aging yourself.
Oh, well, thank you,
That-
Mark.
Well, thank you, Mark. Yeah.
Diners I mean, my parents had diners,
Right.
and back when I got into the business, diners was a big thing. It's really slowed down and really not
Mhm. I don't see
that
it at
that
all.
prevalent anymore. All the cards, we set up customers to take everything. MasterCard, Visa, Discover, American Express. We also can do ACHing from your checking, your savings accounts.
Hmm.
There's all
Oh.
different ways to do it. If you want to do reoccurring billing, we can do that as well. So if you have members of the MSATP and you want to bill them on a monthly basis, you just put it in our system, and you tell them bill them X amount of dollars a month, and it'll just automatically do it. Whether you want to do it on a credit card or whether you want to do it on out of a checking or savings account, doesn't make a difference. We can set it up any different way.
Gotcha. Now, I know when I first started taking credit cards,
Mhm.
which was, the society of me, it's many moons ago, we had that big machine sitting on there. We had to swipe or stick or whatever. Now, I mean, now with technology, we have the software and equipment. So is there cost involved of setting up the beginning process of taking credit cards? I mean, is there a cost in buying the software? Is there a cost involved buying the whatever it is, whatever we're using, the iPad or whatever it is?
Every client is different. It really depends on what you want to do and what your ultimate goal is.
Mhm.
If you're looking at like a POS system and you want all like
Point of
inventory
sale,
management,
right?
correct, point of sale. Sorry.
Okay.
If you're looking for something like that and you want inventory management and you want time and attendance and all that stuff, those are going to cost you a little bit of money. I mean,
Okay.
again, and every one of them's different. So to give you a cost wouldn't make sense because I've got to sit down with the client and figure out
Okay.
exactly what their needs are.
Okay.
Mhm.
When you're talking about a credit card terminal or a card reader or a chip card reader that goes to your phone or your iPad, again, they can be as little as zero, and they
Mhm.
could be, depending on what you want, could go into the thousands of dollars.
Oh, wow.
The readers very inexpensive, but when you
Mhm.
get into POS systems, depending on how many you want and how big let's say your restaurant is,
Oh.
we have people that have 6, 8, 10 point of sale systems in their restaurant.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So it really varies from customer to customer and type of business to type of business.
That makes sense. That really does make sense. So now, if I wanted to start using, or use it on my pad or my phone or whatever the case. Now, does it work with both platforms, Android as well as the iPhone?
Yes, I would say most of them will work on Android or iPhone. There are certain pieces of equipment that will not work on both, but eventually they do catch up to each other.
They
So
do.
if it's not working today, a month from now it'll be certified and ready to go.
Right. Now, I know with our biggest fear is security. I mean, even to the biggest companies, Target, whoever the case may be. And so what steps has USB taken to protect the data that we are taking from our clients and processing? I mean, what processes?
Again, depending on how you're doing your transactions. Now, we have clients that we've walked into that have a file. Every morning they open up that file. They have the customer's credit card numbers listed, expiration dates, and every day they say, okay, I got to bill this guy, this guy, this guy, and they put it in the system. And then they took that file and they put it away for the next day. If someone gets their hands on that.
I was going to say, please tell me they're
it-
locking
it-
that up.
No, you'd be surprised. It could be devastating.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
With our system, especially when you're with the reoccurring system where we're ACHing for people's checking accounts, savings accounts, or credit cards, that when you put the information in, it's not stored on your computer, it's not stored in our hardware, it's all PCI compliant, and you don't have to worry about something like that with a breach. None of the information is stored, so nobody has access to it. It's also all password protected. So if you're utilizing that system and you're putting the information in,
Mhm.
if someone doesn't have your password, they can't even get into the system.
Mm.
So it's all password protected. If you enter the wrong password a number of times, it'll lock you out, and you've got to call and give certain security questions in order to get back in order for them to log you back into the system.
Okay.
So none of the information, none of the transactions are actually stored in the terminals. None of the credit card numbers or the expiration dates are on that. You can't see any of that. Even the reporting that I can pull up, I still can't see the full credit card number at all. So even if someone got your password and wanted to go in and look, the information is not available.
So it's
Gotcha.
truncated or X'd
Correct,
out or whatever.
Correct. You're only
Perfect.
seeing part of the card. You're not
Mhm.
seeing the whole thing. and you're probably not seeing the security code or the expiration date.
Right.
So it's all kind of hidden.
Mhm.
Now, for the PCI compliance, now USB is PCI compliant.
Sure.
Now, would the end user be happy? Like if Ellen started thinking, so is it on both
Each-
sides
every,
of it?
Every customer has to be PCI compliant. What
Okay.
PCI, the way they make you PCI compliant, you're basically going out, you're doing a survey, and there's a bunch of questions you have to answer: how you do your transactions, how you're putting them in, how you're
Right.
processing them. Does anybody, again, do you have a file with numbers, or are you putting it into a system?
Right.
Once you go through all that information, it'll tell you whether you're compliant or not. If you're not, you have to change a couple things, but it's fairly easy to get PCI compliant. You just have to abide by the rules.
By the rules.
And then can you assist the customer with helping them?
We do that all day long.
gain- yeah.
Inside of our office, we have a number of employees. We have everybody from financial services to customer support to tech support to professional installers. So if someone calls in and says, I'm not sure, they'll get on the thing, so you're not PCI compliant, they'll call in, they'll speak to one of the young ladies or gentlemen in my office. They'll be able to help them pretty much go through the questionnaire, answering the questions the way they should be, and making sure they're doing it correctly to get them PCI compliant. If someone has questions or concerns about their statement, if someone has questions about a chargeback or something, they can call our office. We pull all that information up. We have access to all of that.
Right.
If their terminal goes down, or if something goes wrong, you're using your iPad and your chip card reader is not working or not connecting, because a lot of them Bluetooth now. We tell you to call our office. Our guys are the best. They will absolutely be able to fix it. If they can't fix it, because we're within Maryland, within an hour's drive from pretty much most of our clients, we have technical guys that actually go out to service them too. So if you have a liquor store and their credit card machine goes down, they're going to be calling, I need help,
Yeah.
right? Especially if it's a Friday.
Right.
So we have technicians that will actually help them and get the terminal up and running. And if we can't get it up and running, we try and get there usually within an hour or so.
Oh, wow.
Again, certain times we can't make it an hour and it'll be the next day, but we tell you to call our office every single time because my guys are absolutely the best at what they do.
Awesome. So when I was doing some research, I looked at your website and I saw that you had an opportunity where someone could put in their information and provide you maybe a credit card what they're currently using,
Sure.
and you can do a look at it and see what kind of savings. Can you expand on that?
Sure. What we do, so because we've been in business for so long, we've got thousands of clients out there. So we get referrals from our clients. Obviously, we get referrals from you guys and being at your shows, all the CPAs. CPAs are a big part of our business because not only are we dealing with their own practice, but they're dealing with so many business clients.
Right.
And they're always looking they get the statements. The client has no idea how to read a statement. And the CPA gets it. Normally we'll say, okay, how do I do it? So at the shows, we give out this flyer here.
Okay.
Inside it, it'll actually tell you for three easy steps how to send the information to us. So we'll do a cost analysis for it. We do the same thing for anybody who's, even if it's not a CPA or an MSATP member. If you're a client and you want to go onto our site and you want to send us 2 statements, we'll take those statements, we'll do a cost analysis, and we'll show you a side-by-side comparison of here's what you're paying with company A and here's what you should be paying with us.
Gotcha.
And it usually works in their favor. I mean, not every single time are we able to save them thousands of dollars, but not only is there savings, but it depends. Are you happy with your service? Are you getting the best quality service? Do you have a rep that you can talk to or ask questions? When you have customer service questions, are you calling somewhere in, I hate to say India or out of the country, or are you calling Towson, Maryland?
Right.
We're local, and like I said, I have clients all over the country. I have clients in Alaska and Arizona and Florida and New York, just from referrals from friends and family.
Right.
But we always tell them to call our office because we can do anything. And when it comes to a cost analysis, we do that for every client that we can. Every time we meet with somebody, if they're already taking credit cards, we'll take their statements, we'll do a cost analysis, we'll show them, here's where you're at. Sometimes there's a savings, sometimes there's not. But even a lot of times, sometimes we actually have to raise people's rates because they're not even done correctly.
Oh, wow.
But when we raise their rates and we make sure they're compliant and they're doing it the right way, they have no worries on the back end.
Right.
Where right now they're doing it the wrong way, and if something goes wrong, they could be in deep.
The exposure would be
Exposure would be
incredibly-
incredible.
Trying to explain that to clients is very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of clients, only thing we worry about is the price.
Right.
And the reality is, the price is great, but if you're exposed to thousands of dollars of fines or fraud or whatever,
Right.
sometimes the price doesn't mean as much as it should.
That's right. Wow.
Good ain't cheap and cheap ain't good.
That is a
There
true
you
story.
go.
That is a true
Wow,
story.
Mark. USB seems to have all their bases covered. And so if someone wishes to contact you, I know you have the website. You want to give that out, and then won't you go ahead and give out your phone number as well?
Sure.
So that way, and our listeners and our viewers can actually reach out to you.
Okay, if someone wants to take a look at our site, it's www.usbne.com. If you want to get in touch with us, you can 410-828-4286 is our main number. If someone wants to just fax over their statements, they can do that as well. Or email, however they want to do it, they can fax it at 410-828-4630. If you want to get in touch with myself or the other general partner, who's Donnie Lala, you can email us. It's either Reibman, Reibman @usbne.com, or you can get in touch with Donnie as well. He does some of these shows with
Right.
me. He's at some of the MSATP meetings.
Right.
He is D Lala, LALA @usbne.com as well.
There you go.
Awesome.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining
You're
us
very
this
welcome.
morning. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
allowing
it.
us to come in and speak to your
Yes.
clients and all of your people.
Yes. And like I said, this just shows the great benefits and the value of the membership within the society
Absolutely.
because of our partnerships, like with Marc
Right.
and USB.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
we love being here. We love being part of your association. We get great response from all your shows. Every vendor should do their shows.
Right.
I can't tell you how many clients we have that we've brought on simply, not only the accountants, but your accountants that are sending us actual clients
Right.
that are retail.
Their own client base.
Correct,
Yeah.
their own
Right.
client base, not
Right.
just their own practices.
That's great.
So it's really a benefit for us and obviously for the accountants and for their clients.
Right.
And that's who we're trying to help.
Wonderful. Wow.
Good. Good.
Okay.
It's a
well,
great service.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So at this time, I want to bring in President of MSATP, Ellen Silverstein.
Well, hello.
Good morning, Ellen. So Ellen, about 10 weeks ago, if you want, you can slide out if you want to go, or you can send me. We like you.
Take a few minutes.
Okay. We launched the education plan program.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Hope everybody received this in the mail.
Yes.
Okay.
So as of today, we have 67 people who have taken advantage of one of the different plans, which
That's
is three different
fantastic.
options.
Great.
But it was a little confusing. I
Right.
hate to say that, but we thought we did a great job with it, but it was a little confusing because not only was this announcing the education plans, but it was also your dues invoice.
Right. It was renewing your membership, which nobody actually sort of realized at the time.
Yes,
So hopefully you'll be getting a secondary mailing that might
yes, that'll be coming
Encourage
out.
you.
Yes,
to please look at that mailing and renew your membership, which is really important because we value you as a member. And we have lots of services and education and everything else that goes along with being a member of MSATP.
right.
Okay.
And one of the other great things is the pricing of that membership for this year.
I
Well,
know.
It was the 60th
Thank you.
anniversary. Yes,
Yes, we gave out a special.
$100. No
That's it.
matter what type of member you are.
Doesn't matter. Principal, associate,
Yes,
educator, doesn't matter. $100, we're good to go.
yes.
So
So now I understand that one of the packages, the premiere, will be ending soon. Can you
Yes.
enlighten us on that?
So what happens is the premier membership includes the 1040 seminar, a business entity seminar. It also includes our 60th anniversary and our convention, which is happening next month in May, or this month.
This
My
month.
gosh,
Oh my
my
gosh.
gosh,
Hello.
it's May. Okay, I
Hello.
forgot. Anyway, so it's happening in 2 weeks, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
And so it'll end then because this particular premier plan includes attendance at the 60th annual convention. So it can't go beyond that, obviously. Otherwise, it
Makes
wouldn't be worth
sense.
it.
Yes.
So if you want to just stick with the 1040 and the business entities, you'd want to do the plus plan. So, but that includes membership, 2 hours of ethics.
Yep.
It includes a 1040 class, a business entities class, all the benefits and
All the
bells and whistles of what MSATP membership has to offer you. So
Yes.
we encourage everybody to please look again at this mailing that you received. Big mailing with the lady going, Yahoo! Okay, so we've come up with this great opportunity to celebrate our 60th anniversary.
Yeah.
Amazing. And we're going to encourage everybody to please renew your membership and then look at the classes and sign up. Make sure you're taking good advantage of all the discounts and the things that we have to offer at
Right.
MSATP as far as our education goes.
Yes, because
So-
one of those is Bob Jennings is going to be joining us in Ocean City,
Fabulous.
celebrating our 60th anniversary. He's actually doing the the accounting seminar on Thursday.
Great.
I'm sorry, I know I'm still calling it the accounting seminar. And that, and
It's
just
compilations,
convoluted,
reviews,
yes,
and
I
other
know.
matters or
Old
whatever.
school,
Yes.
old school. And then
This
on
goes back a long way.
yes, and then Friday, a brand new program.
So exciting.
Yes,
Yeah.
and called the Tax Speaker Complete Retirement Guide. And again, because it's a new program and we're
Right.
very excited about it, is actually it's a member service, a member
Membership,
benefit.
yeah.
Sorry, member benefit, and it's only $110 for 8 hours. I
That's
mean,
amazing.
oh my
Right.
gosh, what an amazing! And not only that, it is approved for CPAs, enrolled agents, CFPs, as well as the annual filing season program, as well as Maryland registered tax preparers. So this is a very comprehensive program, and I'll tell you, I'm really looking forward to it because Bob is really going to be diving into the whole retirement. As we know, some of us are becoming baby boomers, or are baby boomers.
Yes.
And so, hello.
Yeah. Let's
So,
not go there.
Yes,
Right.
so here we are. So again, if you haven't signed up, if you haven't renewed your dues, and you still have space available, you want to take a look at that.
Right.
So
These
that's-
member-only specials are really a great deal.
Oh
A
yeah,
great deal.
amazing
And you need
deal.
to sign up and attend because these are just wonderful opportunities for great education, good networking.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Just, getting your finger on the pulse of what's going on and the latest and greatest and all the information that we have to offer coming from these tremendously great speakers.
Exactly.
So be it Gear Up and Bob Jennings. So
Yes.
in this case, it's Bob Jennings. So
Yes.
please make sure you're looking at your catalog, your education catalog.
Yes, right.
Which you also should have just received.
I will be
A
that.
beautiful, a beautiful catalog that details everything that we have to offer, all of our classes.
No, that's not
and
the
all-
center. This is.
This is that is not exactly what we were thinking it should be. So, but yeah, so it's just really great stuff.
Yes.
So, MSATP has not slowed down. We are still kicking full steam ahead
Yes.
into our 60th year and beyond.
Yes.
So,
Now I'm going to turn the table slightly and let's
Sure.
talk about the cost of our events. I know we've been getting some phone calls in the office about that the cost has gone up, and we did experience some increase this year.
mhm.
And I know the education committee and the board, I mean, really, really, really challenged themselves with this and really, really looked at it closely before any of these changes. I mean, we do a huge
Amount of analysis
Assist-
and
yes.
study and anxiety,
Yes.
discussions, eats at your gut because we realize what our members appreciate about MSATP.
right.
And yet we also are experiencing tremendous cost increases.
Yes.
And unfortunately, at some point, we have to be able to pass those down.
Right. And
to
we have
our
tried
members.
and we have
And
been
we do our
we've been
very
holding
best.
back and
Yes.
holding back and holding
We
back
really
and
have
really
been.
working hard on that.
Right.
And but this year we saw speaker fees increase.
Yep.
We saw manual fees increase. We saw room rental. We saw
The cost
meals
of the foods, the meals increasing.
and the gratuity percentages at our facilities went up. So I mean, it was like we were not bang bang. We would like machine gun bang 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 bang. I
Yeah.
mean, it was like
It
really
was all
hitting us
over.
all over. And again, we tried to work with that and using it and how should I say this, by cutting the cost where we could, which is like the
Mhm.
discounts on the membership and adding the
Ethics.
free ethics
Right.
free ethics class, the 2 hours ethics class, and then also adding value to their membership. I mean, we brought Quest Insurance on board.
Well, we have the USB.
We have the
Yeah,
USB.
right, so,
And
Right.
which, like I said, Quest has got the general liability and the cybersecurity.
right.
It's amazing. It just seems like almost everything that you offer now always goes back to cybersecurity because of what we're doing. I mean,
Everything
the
is
data we're
technology-based,
grabbing,
yeah.
and I mean, we are like the heart, and we're like the money pot, for hackers. I mean,
Right.
really think about it. So
There's tremendous exposure for CPAs or
Tremendous.
EAs, anybody processing tax returns. We have a lot of very sensitive data.
yeah,
So that cybersecurity piece is really important.
Oh, yeah.
Really important.
and at every
So-
level. I mean, at
And
multiple
it doesn't
levels.
matter who you are
Yeah.
and how many returns you're processing. That cybersecurity insurance is
Oh,
really
yeah.
important. A really
Right.
big piece.
Right,
So-
and actually, we're doing a pretty comprehensive seminar on cybersecurity
Yes,
again
we
at the
at the
convention
convention.
because
There is no reason not to come to this convention.
yeah,
A, it's in Ocean City. We're hoping for good weather.
That
and
was your
then
job. I had to do everything
I
else.
have done everything I can, and I will continue to do it up till the day we leave.
Do your job.
Yeah, so looking for good weather. We just have some great education going on that week. We have great opportunities. It's going to be a great time. Lots of fun opportunities for networking.
A lot of
and,
free tchotchkes.
Yes,
I
we
know,
have
and
lots of
you'll-
giveaways
yes.
and things like that in celebration of our 60th anniversary, which is just a really big deal.
It is.
So
It really is. It
it's
really is.
awesome.
Well, I hopefully we've answered a lot of the questions we've been getting on the phones with the staff from our members on this, and like I said, I think they need to know what we do as a society and to try to keep everything as controlled as possible.
And believe me, the staff works incredibly hard at making sure that we are getting the best bang for our buck always, and providing our members with the great level of service that they've always received at the best price.
Right.
So granted, the prices have gone up, but we are having, unfortunately, to pass that along, but we are still giving you great experiences, good customer service.
Mhm.
You're still going to have a great time at those seminars, and you're going to learn an awful lot.
Yes.
So
Yes. And and also, again, we are still cheaper than a lot of other membership
right, and we've
organizations.
done that study too. We
Yes.
analyzed it also, and we realized we're not the cheapest, but we are certainly not by any means the most expensive.
Exactly.
So we are still a great bang for the buck.
Oh,
we
bang
are
for the
still
buck.
providing a
That's
great,
right.
like I said, that customer service piece can't be beaten, and we are at the top of that. And we are, definitely reasonably priced for what you get.
Ellen, I think you hit one of the great things that this society has is our customer service. I have to
Yes.
applaud our staff. You can call other organizations and you'll say, okay, hit 9 if you want this, hit 32 if you want that. You never get that in our office.
No.
It's always, hi, how can I help you?
That's it.
What can I do for you today? And it's always the pleasant voice at the other end. And I just want to make note of our staff and applaud them for the job well done that they're doing,
Amen
and
to that.
for everyone.
Yes,
So,
yes.
and
we really work hard at
yes,
promoting that and keeping that first name basis
yes.
and that relationship between our members and our staff and you
Mhm.
and the board as well. So we're really working hard to make sure we keep
Yes.
keep that going into well into the future. So
What is that
Right.
credit card that's priceless? Is that
it's
the word?
priceless. Yes,
There you
it's
go,
priceless.
priceless. There
It is
you go.
priceless.
Okay,
So-
we're
so
on that
please
credit
make
card.
sure
Yes.
that you are, reviewing your continuing education plan booklet or packet that you received, and the
The catalog. Yes.
right, the education catalog.
Yes.
Take advantage. This is why we're here. This is what we're coming into it. Everybody's had a month now to rest up somewhat from tax season.
Yes.
I could use another 2 or 3. But yes, it's time
Very
to get
good.
back to work.
Yes.
So,
So next week we're going
Yeah.
again. We're going to be talking about another one of our member benefits.
Right.
We're going to talk about some healthcare issues,
oh,
and actually we're going to be bringing in 2 speakers who will be presenting for us in June.
right.
And that's one of those things, that topic that's constantly fluid. I mean, no matter what tax law comes in,
Mhm.
there is always an issue having to do with healthcare
Yes.
in any tax bill you see.
I just got an email from a client. So no penalty this year, but I still have to have health insurance, right?
Yeah.
So
So
basically, yes.
yes,
So,
basically, yeah, exactly. So, and like I said, and it's not just on the federal level.
Mhm.
I mean, the state
Now
is
the
actually
state's getting
the
involved.
state
with
is
it,
getting
too.
involved too. So,
Right.
so this is stuff that we are providing. So I just want to remind everybody, we'll see you next week, next Thursday at 9:00. And until next time, have a great day. And it has been a pleasure having you with us this morning.